Well, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's Nikki Green, and I am in the prayer chapel at Eastview. You may not even know that this space exists, but it's on the upper level behind the water feature. And this space is open anytime. You can come in during the week and pray. And I wanted to join you here today because I'm talking about prayer. And my question for you today is, are you anticipating a miracle? And on Sunday, Brandon Grant gave an amazing sermon from John 2 about the very first miracle of Jesus. And if you've not heard the sermon, go back, listen to it. It's great. It will challenge you and inspire you. But I just keep thinking about that first miracle. And they were anticipating a miracle because they'd never even seen Jesus perform a miracle before. This was his very first miracle, turning water into wine. And my question for you today is, are you anticipating God to perform a miracle in your life? And I don't know about you, but for me, I've been waiting for a long time for God to answer a miracle in my life. And I love to pray scripture. And so Mark 11:23 is one of my favorite verses where Jesus says, have faith. And if you believe that God can move a mountain from here to there and thrown into the sea, he will do it if you have faith and not doubt. And so every day for years, I've had an alarm that goes off on my phone at 11:23 a.m. that says, pray for mountains to move. And I confess to you, about a year ago, I became weary of praying for that same prayer and it not being answered, that miracle. And I had confessed that to my small group. And then a couple of weeks later, one of my friends in my group came to me and she just said, I want to encourage you not to stop praying for your miracle. And I was so thankful that I have someone in my life willing to encourage me and just spur me on in my faith like that. And so I again have that reminder on my phone at 11:23 to pray that God would move that mountain. And so I don't know about for you, but I'm sure you have a miracle that you've been praying for. Don't give up. Don't stop praying. One of my favorite stories or parables in the scripture is actually from the Gospel of Luke. And I try to mirror my life after the persistent widow, where she prays and doesn't give up. And another day I'll talk to you about that, but you can Google or look up the parable of the persistent widow, because that's what we want to be faithful in praying for and praying for miracles. Today in our staff prayer time, we had a team that just got back from a trip to Kenya visiting, and Pastor Shadrach, they kept talking about his faith and believing in miracles. And our team was so inspired that he kept saying, by faith, by faith, by faith, God will do this. By faith, we're doing this. By faith, God's going to do this. And I want to have that kind of faith. And I think you want to have that kind of faith, that we believe, we anticipate that God will perform a miracle. So I don't know what the miracle is that you've been waiting for, that you need in your life, but don't give up praying. Anticipate and believe that God will perform a miracle in your life. Let's encourage one another to believe and anticipate in those miracles. Have a great day. Love you guys.